2nd and 10. Now the first carry here for Phillip Lindsay. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And down right around the 37. Give him 17 and a Cincinnati first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
A first down throw, Darnold. He gets this one to Boyd. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Darnold for the red zone now. This one complete to the running back, Lindsay. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it's a 2nd down. On 2nd down, a run with Lindsay. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Back to throw, Darnold. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Anthony Barr comes rumbling in for the sack.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? We're scoreless after 1. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football as they'll see what they can do on 3rd and goal. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Darnold from the gun. Looking for Boyd, and he's got him. Touchdown, Bengals. Tyler Boyd, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Bengals take it right down and score on the opening drive. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
We ain't giving up nothing today. 36.
A first carry now for Kofrani Muhammad. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll run it. This is Muhammad. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. Throwing on third down, Newton. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Fielded just inside the 20. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
First down, Cincinnati.
The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. Here's a carry for a former starter. This is Lamar Miller. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
On 2nd down now, it's Lindsey. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And the Bengals on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Lindsey. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Phillip Lindsey, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Well, they were just hoping that run would pick up the first. They got the whole enchilada.
And I'm so used to teams on 3rd down, doesn't matter how far they need for a first down, throwing the ball. Instead, they run it, and as you said, picked up the first down, and then some, and then some. In fact, everything, all the way for a touchdown. Terrific play.
Extra point up and good by Bullock, and that'll make the score 14-0. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. From the 22, Newton. And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. That's complete to the Memphis man, Anthony Miller. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Fielded at about the 28. 12 yards on the return that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
At their own 41-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them come?
Got a man that's caught at the 6-yard line. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Nelson Aguilar, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Bullock good on the extra point, and it's now 21-0. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half. Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Here's Muhammad. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Jesse Bates made the tackle from his safety spot. They'll run with Muhammad. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first. Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there. We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play. Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses. Newton now to throw. And that is incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3. And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Now this is fielded in the end zone. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Bengals will get it at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy. No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way. I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now a carry for Lindsey. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
Go, go, go.
Throwing here on third down, Darnold eluding the pressure right. And connecting here with DJ Shark. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Come on, QB, come on. Get him, get him. Go, 80. 95 to save. No, check his mic.
Darnold down to throw. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. DJ Chark as the first half is winding down. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And a rout is on here in this first half. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. On the NFL scoreboard, an update from Los Angeles. It's the Rams that have grabbed the early lead. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive. But they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
On second down, Muhammad. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on third down. A final shot before the break. Newton. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the... Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. And takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
On first down, Muhammad, and he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Set. Ready, 57's the mic. Hey, we got to get this stop here, D.
On the carry, it's Muhammad. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That's it. Big hit.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at their 49-yard line.
57's the mic.
Let's make these babies cry all the way.
Play action. It's Newton. Forced out to his left. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 40. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. There's the former Heisman winner. It's Derrick Henry. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Double tight.
On 2nd down now, Muhammad. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Set. Ready. Come up the ball hard. Tight end right.
To throw on 3rd down, Newton. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. That's caught by his tight end, Foster Moreau. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a first down. Well, they were looking for a clutch play there on 4th, unable to come up with it.
How about that defense, though, huh? How about that D?
Yeah, momentum swing.
And, you know, I remember playing how much 4th downs were emphasized. You know, because, as you said, it's a momentum play. It's also a big test for you. You know, if people are going to go...
Rush coming, and he's taken down. So they come out of the locker room trailing, but plays like that, they won't be trailing much longer. Defense really starting out well this second half.
Yeah, they knew they had to jumpstart things a little bit. They really struggled in the first half trying to slow them down, but now they had a plan, made that adjustment that we always talk about, and it worked very well on that play.
Another try after the first down sack. Darnold flushed out right. And his throw here's incomplete. Tyler Boyd, the former Pitt Panther, was the target. But now it'll be third down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check the time.
Third and long, it's Darnold. Complete to his tight end Sample. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 22.
First down, Bengals.
Back now in the East Bay. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Darnold now 13 out of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a first down. A shotgun snap for Darnold. It's caught by Aguilar. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10.
Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. He don't want it.
Again, Darnold. That's complete to the tight end Sample. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Hey, Echo. Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
Now Darnold. This one hauled in by Sample. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. That one, a first down pickup of 8. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Here we go.
Play action. It's Darnold. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Showing it, young lady.
On 2nd and 10, Darnold. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. That'll put him at 95 receiving yards now as he's got a first down.
Hey, Mike's 50, Mike's 50. I'm going to come back to you.
They'll run with Lindsey. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. C.J. Uzomah. His first touchdown here of the new campaign as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
Well, this game is definitely over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you and I will be thinking about dinner plans, but we also know their playing people are thinking, how can I get some more scores for my fantasy, for other things? They're trying to figure that part out now.
By the way, last weekend we went sushi because that's what you wanted. We're going steak tonight.
I'm in.
All right. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. On the carry, McGee. And an alley to run. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well. This is McGee. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there. Second down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
They go again with Muhammad, and he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain. It's a pickup of 3, and we have now arrived at the 2-minute warning. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Switch. Begin. Motion.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. They'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
3rd and 2, Darnold. Throw right side into the hands of the tight end, Sample. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Watch twist.
They'll try to run with Lindsey. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up second and goal. One more time with Lindsey. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. Well, they've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on third and goal?
Watch the pass.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold to the end zone, but it's incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Fielded about a yard deep. Now a hit and a loose football, and the Bengals grab it. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. Bullock good on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They are down big. They have not scored a single point. I don't know. Are they so defeated at this point you just want to get in the locker room and get the heck out of here?
That is one way to approach it. Sometimes coaches say, that's it, okay? It hasn't worked all game. There's no sense in doing something now. Let's get out of here. No one gets hurt. But others will look at it and say, we still have an opportunity to do something.
On the line.
Exactly. You have pride on the line, execution as you look forward and get ready for your next game, and a message to your team. We're not going to quit. No matter what the battle is, we're going to finish this thing out.
Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game.
Ready. I got you.
On third down, Muhammad. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll try the left side. Muhammad. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
The tackle made by Jesse Bates. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8. 41-yard line.
So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Bengals, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Oakland, they too will exit with a 2-1 record. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. This was the scene a few minutes ago. The dog pound in full roar as their Browns emerge from their tunnel. And they're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Baltimore Ravens. Here's the former Sooner, Austin Seibert, to get this one started. And off we go from Cleveland. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. Takes this to the 27, give him 4 yards. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. From the 27, Jackson escaping the pressure right. And now he's going to use his legs. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
On second down, Ingram. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson being chased out left. And he's going to keep it here. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
On second down, it's Ingram. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard strike. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown, 35 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now 1st and 10 at their own 18. First carry for Nick Chubb. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. They go with Chubb on second down. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. To throw, Mayfield. He'll get that complete to the tight end, Harris. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Kareem Hunt, 49 yards. As his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down. Ingram again, a first down carry. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. On 2nd and 7, Jackson nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The number 1 pick, Myles Garrett, coming in to drop him. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. 7-7, our score after 1. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for 4th. Here we go on 4th down with Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Mack Wilson, and it'll be a turnover on downs. So they give it up just on their side of midfield, and yeah, I mean, a surprising decision there to go for that.
Must have a lot of confidence in his defense. Must feel like, hey, we're in great shape here because our defense can hold them because they're really outside of field goal range now, right? The opposite team. So if you hold them here, you haven't given up any points. You may give up a punt and you're pinned down a little bit, but must have thought it was an okay spot to go for it and decided to be aggressive.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Throwing, Mayfield. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Now Mayfield on 4th down. And that is going to be incomplete. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. Well, partner, let's put a bow on the Super Bowl for Kansas City. What a comeback win. Yet another come-from-behind victory for Patrick Mahomes and company. An absolute heartbreak for San Francisco.
Didn't Madden predict Kansas City would win the game?
Yes, 35-31, I believe they predicted.
I felt like most of the predictions I saw had the game in the 30s, so a little bit lower scoring than we expected, but a lot of fireworks down the stretch, all by Kansas City. But how about San Francisco? Had the lead in the ball, under 12 minutes to go, and held Kansas City to 10 points through 3 quarters. And somehow they're winging their way back to San Francisco, trying to understand how they lost that game.
Yeah, not only did Kansas City win it, but they end up winning it by 11 points. They didn't see that coming at all. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, it's Jackson. Steps away to his left. And that will be incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Now let's see. Yeah, the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11. To throw is Jackson. Throwing on 4th down. He'll let this go for the... And it's intercepted at the goal line. Greedy Williams picks it off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big play that time out of Chubb. 56 yards on the ground. They run again on 1st down, Chubb. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose one or two. A run for Nick Chubb down to the 25. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. With that incompletion, a chance to mention the awards. Now with the season over, Lamar Jackson, as we speculated, he's the MVP, Coach of the Year. John Harbaugh, Lamar's coach. Michael Thomas, Stephon Gilmore, Offensive and Defensive Players of the Year. Offensive and Defensive Rookies of the Year. That went to Kyler Murray and Nick Bosa. And the Comeback Player of the Year, Charles, Ryan Tannehill, no surprise there.
Not to mention the #1 award that the NFL gives out, the one that they give the most... that credence isn't the right word, the most attention to, and the one that they want trumpeted the most, that's the Walter Payton Man of the Year, because that represents the totality of a player in the NFL, not just what they do on the field, but off the field as well. And that goes to Calais Campbell, the defensive tackle for the Jacksonville Jaguars. What a great award. Congratulations, Calais.
And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Dancing to his left. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for a Browns TD.
You got troops, son. He took you to school.
Seibert on for the PAT. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive, then suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do.
He uncorks it for Snead, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Jackson. And this one complete to Seth Roberts. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. On 3rd and 1, Jackson. That's into the hands of the tight end, Boyle. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That late in the clock, 2nd quarter, why not just run it a time or 2 and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may force them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
And an anxious moment or 2 there, but they do get him down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. On the ground, it's Chubb. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 38-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Push him back. Push him back.
Mayfield now. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Chubb. And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. That's fielded in the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line. On 3rd down, here's Edwards. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. Got a man. It's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Tucker with the extra point, and we are tied at 14. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Hey, alert 48.
The Browns drive about to get started. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Gotta wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
180. Hey, 133. 57.
Here's Mayfield. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up fourth down.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know, there's usually a nice comfort zone and throw into the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
Let him know, let him know.
On fourth down, they snap it to Mayfield. Able to find Harris, complete. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on fourth. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Chubb. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
180.
3 bud.
They run it again with Chubb. It looks like a pickup of 6. That leaves him with 7 yards to go on 3rd down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Mayfield to throw it. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Matt Judon able to get him down for a loss of 11, and it brings up 4th down. Here's Jamie Gillen now, and surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team.
And that's what friends are for.
Right. As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turn it over there, that's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
So now, just like that, things change dramatically. It's 1st and goal. They'll run with Chubb. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the 3rd. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. The carry here for the big tight end. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. The tally there, minus 2 yards. Brings up 3rd down. A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. A toss play to Chubb. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal. Offensively, not what they wanted there, but hey, you can kick the field goal here and take the lead.
Felt like a little bit of a statement stop, didn't it? You know, made a big play right there. Okay, guess what? Ball's in your court, guys. What are you going to do? Myself, I kick the field goal, get the 3, and take the lead.
After the made field goal, Seibert back out there to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd and 7, Jackson, and his throw is incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mark Andrews, there. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
You put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender, but you also have to give your own guy a chance, too.
On 3rd down, Jackson. This will be caught by Brown. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. He's going to find his tight end, Boyle. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. And we're back now here in Cleveland. To throw is Jackson. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
On 2nd down, it's Edwards. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Now Jackson.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Willie Snead. 32 yards. And the Ravens have retaken the lead. A diving catch for the score. He laid out. That was special.
And you know the first thing they're going to check, right? Did he complete the process of the catch? All the way through, all the way to the ground. Ball doesn't hit the ground without control in his hands. All of that, yes. Check the box. Touchdown.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. That'll be taken in the end zone. But he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
That one good for 33 and a first. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Chubb. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, 27 yards. And the Browns have retaken the lead. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. The drive starts here with a carry by Ingram. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. A 10th carry here for Mark Ingram. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. That's good for a Raven 1st down, 15 yards there. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They run on 1st down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. That'll be a pickup of 4 as they work with this 4-point 4th quarter lead.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Well, still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
This is Edwards. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Now it's Edwards. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. There he goes again. Past the 20. A big chunk of yardage there, 37 yards.
I'd have to say that was a pretty darn good run right there. They had 8 in the box, still able to burn them. They've got to consider themselves lucky they only give up a first down and not a touchdown.
They'll run here with Edwards. And that winds up a decent run, and it also takes us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And they're knocking on the door. 2nd and goal now in a 1-score game. They'll look to run with Ingram. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that is going to set up 3rd and goal. This time Jackson will throw it. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. From 4 yards out, as his guys have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
The Browns drive about to get started. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. And all the way down to the 35. And he is finally brought down at the Ravens' 35-yard line. They run. Chubb into the secondary again. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. Wow.
If there was a time to break off a nice run like that, it was right here to grab the lead in the 4th.
And it's just so much stress on a defense in that situation because you're looking at the clock. What are we guarding against? What's the first thing, right? The strike to the end zone, throwing the ball. Instead, they come back and hit him with a run. Block it well, and how about the physical run he made? Terrific job finding his way to the end zone to give him the lead.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. 1 possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts. Got to get out of...
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Murray. And this return is going to be hunted right around the 28-yard line. They'll go left side on the ground with Chubb. And he's across for the late touchdown. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. The folks here in Cleveland, even though all the down years, have never stopped supporting their hometown guys, and we got evidence of that a moment ago as the Browns made their entrance. They are ready to do battle with the Houston Texans. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Set. 19. Shot 53. Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there.
On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards. They keep it with Miller on first down. And some room to work. Lamar Miller. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller, 57 yards. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, first and 10 at their 25-yard line. First carry for Nick Chubb, and they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. Second and 10.
41 Mike. 41 Mike. Right here. 41 Mike.
They go with Chubb on second down. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Texans are able to show off their quick strike ability. They've got to be thrilled on the road right now. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, and quickly trying to make it 14-0.
Yeah, and mentioned it already. On the road, to be able to go into someone else's house and establish a start like that, obviously your confidence rises in a big way, and you're putting some doubt in their minds.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up first and 10. Chubb with a carry on first down. It's not going to yield much, maybe a yard. It's second down. Tackle made by Whitney Merciless.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. And they will finally get him to the ground at the Texans' 18. Terrific run from one of the fastest backs in the game today, a guy who keeps defensive coordinators up at night, no doubt.
Remember when we were meeting with the D coordinator before the game and all he talked about was run fits, making sure our guys were in the right place so there were no creases?
They missed their fits, didn't they?
Yeah, there was no fit there. The only fit was at the end when he threw his headset down after that big run.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Mayfield looks to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm laughing to myself because I could just hear in film session. But, Coach, I was throwing it to Odell Beckham Jr. Of course I thought he was open.
They'd love to go deep downfield to him, though. Such a threat.
Yeah, a rare incompletion because most of the time we expect him to actually come up with the catch.
So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit him, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
Solid return. Pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
Yeah, we'll see how determined they are. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Now Watson. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Watson going to stay out there as they'll go for it on 4th. They're going for it. It's Watson. Flush to his right. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A run with Chubb on 1st down, not going to be a good one. He won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. A give running right is Chubb. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
J.J. Watt makes another tackle there, and it's for a minimal gain. And let's face it, if that's all you're going to get running the ball, you're not going to have much success against him and his team.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack there by J.J. Watt.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sack.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Switch up.
Mayfield to throw for it on 4th. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this Texans defense stands tall. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, I've seen, you and I both been to practices where we've seen Hey, third down situation. Big third down alert. Lock in here. Fourth down play. Make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay.
And he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Texans football to start quarter 2. They'll need to convert a 3rd and 7, though, to start things out.
It's been a long day for you.
From the gun, here's Watson. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Sione Takitaki providing a little deja vu, back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long. And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down. They are going for it. Here's Watson. He's letting this one go. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, 64 yards. And the Texans push further out in front. That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
This will be fielded at the 6.
Now that's the kind of return that warms the heart of a special teams coach. He'll be pushing us next time, Brandon, to make sure his guys are introduced in the starting lineups. These guys have such an influence on every game. The unsung heroes, remember, they have their own meetings, their own practice time, heck, their own spot on the bench in order to be ready to play each and every week.
Bradley Roby, the quarterback, there to make the stop. A run for Nick Chubb. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb, 40 yards. And the Browns get a score closer. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we signed with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Here's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. Denzel Ward, the number 4 pick in the 2018 draft, making the tackle from his corner spot. Now left side on the swing pass. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 23 yards the pickup there. Now it's Watson, eluding the pressure right. And this is incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
On 2nd down, here's Miller. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits, and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Johnson with a burst, a first down and more. Touchdown, Houston. Duke Johnson, 33 yards. And the Texans push further out in front. So they went to the ground game on third, hoping to pick up the first. They also picked up a touchdown.
Offensive linemen so used in this situation to having to pass block. All right, you're looking at what it is, third down. They don't care that it's third and whatever. They figure they're going to throw the ball. And when you call running play, I think you energize them. I think you juice them up because I haven't met an offensive lineman yet that likes to pass block more than they like to run block. And they opened up some nice holes there for him, and he took it to the house.
And he will get into the end zone again, and he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the two-point conversion. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36.
Here we go. At their own 36-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minutes. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Justin Reed, the safety, made the tackle. Well, earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to defend him. I think you used the term bottle him up at different levels. They've struggled to do that.
They certainly have, because when you see them approach, in order to bottle him up at different levels, that front line's got to take care of business. Otherwise, he starts to sink through.
The Browns on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 7. On the ground, it's Chubb. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Now Chubb running right. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Chubb. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it.
Pick it up.
Big yardage there for the Browns, 18. Well-executed 4th down conversion.
Yeah, I know this will surprise you. I've actually done a little bit of reading lately, and all the analytics say that you should go for it more on 4th down. I think someone has referred back to their analytics coach. Maybe he's got a pipeline into the booth because that was a really good play call.
They try and run on 1st down, but this one going to lose a couple yards as they get him behind the line. Calling a loss of 2 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35.
Partner, when you're playing cover 2, this is like a tag team for the safeties. Each of them gets a half-field responsibility. Their job, stay as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, read the football, and go make a play. In this case, the free safety made the best play, an interception.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Watch QB drive.
Throwing again is Watson. Buying time to his left. And he's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first. On first down, Watson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. That's going to be caught. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Texans push further out in front. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the rout is on here in this first half. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Cleveland offense ready to go. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened-up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
Touch, 180! They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing second.
Mayfield on play action. He's going to look deep now for Landry. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. There defensively to knock it away was the safety, Justin Reed. They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. This time they stay on the ground, and he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. Now Mayfield. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the 3rd quarter. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started, and they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Mayfield hands to Chubb on the draw. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one go in the wrong direction. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 48-yard line. Mayfield this time gets it off to Chubb. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make this a 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Throwing, Mayfield. His throw incomplete. Jarvis Landry, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and 5.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Call it a 4-yard pickup, but it leaves him a few inches short here on 4th down.
Less than a yard.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. Mayfield. Got an open man. It's Ratley. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Damian Ratley, 38 yards. And the Browns make some inroads here on that deficit. Wow, talk about a big fourth down conversion for the score defensively. How do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense, and you give them credit for going for it, having that type of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
Set. 19. Hey, it's coming up. Hey, let's go.
The first down carry here for Johnson. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. On second and 11 now. Watson, he's got it at the 15. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. It's a gain of 35. They'll run on first down. Johnson. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Duke Johnson, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Texans push further out in front. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. A rough go there on third down, a loss of 4.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks. And when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
They're indeed going. It's Mayfield. And this is caught, but they say out of bounds. It would have been a first down, but he couldn't stay in, and as a result, they're going to have to give up the football. EA Sports coverage of the NFL is in Houston, in the Space City at NRG Stadium. The scene from a few moments ago, this crowd enthusiastically cheering on their Texans as they emerge from the locker room. And we're just about ready for football as the Texans get set to match up with the Kansas City Chiefs. And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. This is fielded at the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
He's set. 19. Set 53. I'm coming.
Now a first carry for Lamar Miller. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. On second down now, it's Miller. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Watson on first down. Flushed out right. He'll run it. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down. To throw is Watson. That's caught by his tight end, Jordan Akins. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 25 yards there on the catch and run. Here's Watson, escaping the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down. On second down, it's Miller. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. They'll try to run for it with Miller. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll try to punch it in with Miller. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Texans take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
At their own 18-yard line.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 18. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Angelo Blackson able to drop him for a loss of a couple. They'll run with the backup. This is Williams. And this Texans defense, they're all charged up now. They stopped him behind the line for the 2nd straight play. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Yellow. I go blue, lady. Get that ball.
Williams. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Watson sliding out of the pocket. And he's going to have the hook up to QT. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play.
And he fights his way into the end zone for a Texans touchdown. Lamar Miller with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Texans push further out in front. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized it.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you? Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. An outstanding pickup there for the Chiefs. And even 50 yards. They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. On 2nd down, Williams. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
On 3rd down, here's Williams. Give him 2 yards on the gain there, and it will take us to the end of quarter number 1.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
And the kick by Butker is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. He finds an opening past the 40. He's at the 40. The 20. 10. Touchdown, Houston. Duke Johnson. 75 yards. And the Texans push further out in front. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to...
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
After the sack on first down, Mahomes, and he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. It's Hill, complete. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. 9 catches, 105 yards for Tyreek Hill in the Super Bowl, and he likely had the biggest play of the game, wouldn't you say?
I would say so. 44-yard catch on 3rd and 15. Usually you're trying to just find enough space to get over the sticks, right? Get a 16, 18-yard gain, which is difficult in and of itself. But 44 yards on 3rd and 15. San Francisco had contained him so well throughout the game because you know what it's like with Tyreek Hill. When he catches the ball, you better surround him or he'll break a big one. Finally does it at the key point, and that starts the comeback for Kansas City. Paved the way for the first of 3 KC touchdowns in the 4th quarter.
Midfield and inside the 45. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. On 1st and 10, Watson. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfired.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. On 3rd down, Johnson. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up the 4th down. On 4th down, Watson. Flush to his right. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. On 1st down, it's Watson. Forced out to his left. He's going to take off with it. And he's in. It's a Houston Texans touchdown. And maybe the defense got so caught up in him throwing the football, they forgot he can take off too.
And you often hear about the quarterback being the unaccounted for guy as a runner. Well, even on a passing play, he's unaccounted for as a runner, and he turned it into a nice game.
A very nice run, and it turns into 6 points. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. Sheds off the tackle.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. On 2nd down now, it's Williams. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Williams. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. Only a yard on the gain there, and that'll set up 3rd and 13.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
The Texans here on 3rd down, putting an extra defender in the secondary.
Right here, right here.
Mahomes now to throw. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Vernon Hargraves with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. Let's get to some Hall of Fame talk while we have a second, because last week we mentioned the 15 guys that we knew were going into the Hall. 5 added: Isaac Bruce, Steve Hutchinson, Edgerrin James, Steve Atwater, and Troy Polamalu. You think about it, CD. For Polamalu, it was his first year of eligibility. People knew he would go in. Atwater was his 16th year. He had to wait a long time.
He certainly did, and I often wonder about the psychology of it all, because when you're young in your career, meaning young retired, right, these things mean something to you, but I don't know if they hit with the same impact as it will for a Steve Atwater. 16th year. Now, I think Steve would like somewhere to be a happy medium. Maybe the 8th year would have been a lot better. But the bottom line is, the older you get, boy, imagine the emotions running through there, the validation. Probably haven't had the applause in a long time. That's going to come back to you now. Troy Polamalu, he essentially stepped off the field and into the Hall of Fame, but it doesn't matter. Bottom line is getting there. Congratulations.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tyrann Mathieu.